In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the DeRustle module. Now, this is an advanced only module, and this is used in cases where you have a microphone that's touched or moved or bumped against a material, and it causes this sort of derustling effect in your audio. For example, let's say you're using a lapel mic that's attached to a shirt, and you can hear when you get that scratchy noise, that's the microphone scratching against the shirt. So I've recorded an example here. It's a bit exaggerated, but it's just to get the point across to you of the rustle sound. So take a listen over here. So while I'm talking, there's some rustle, and let's see if we can remove some of that. Okay, so as you can hear, there's definitely bits of rustle over here, and over here, and here. So we want to see if we can remove that, just to make the listening experience a bit more desirable. You don't want to remove it completely because it can be quite drastic, but you want to use this DeRustle module to reduce that rustle sound. So it's quite a simple module. You've got two parameters here, reduction strength. So this is going to increase the amount of rustle that's removed. And then you've got ambient preservation. Basically, when this is set all the way to 0, it's going to remove the rustle and it's going to be silence there. But by increasing this, you're going to add some ambient noise back into the audio that just gives a bit more of a steady noise floor bed and is less distracting. Then you've got your separation algorithm, and this just depends on how your audio is. You've got channel independent, so if you've got things that are separate on the left and right channels, then you can use this. Joint channel is if you've got things where there's a crossover mix between the left and right, so there's some smearing between the left and the right, then you can use this. And then advanced joint channel just uses a more advanced algorithm for stereo sounds that are smeared across the left and right. I'm just going to stick with joint channel. So let's make a selection and preview this. I'm going to take the ambience down and reduce the strength and slightly increase it. So while I'm talking, there's some rustle, and let's see if we can remove some of that. So while I'm talking, there's some rustle, and let's see. And you can hear that's completely removed that rustle. Now, that has removed it, but added silence in there. So let's increase the ambience preservation to add some noise floor back into the signal. So while I'm talking, there's some rustle, and let's see if we can remove some of that. That's sounding good. So now let's save some settings and compare them. So we'll go to compare. We've got our original state, then the rustle setting with everything set quite high. Now let's do one with the ambience preservation all the way down. Then another with the ambient strength a bit down. And then we can take a listen to them. So selecting the original audio and previewing it. So while I'm talking, there's some rustle, and let's see. So while I'm talking, there's some rustle, and let's see. So while I'm talking, there's some rustle, and let's see. So while I'm talking, there's some rustle, and let's see. So I personally prefer the first setting where it's reduced all the rustle but has retained some of the noise floor. Going to setting 2, you can see that had a high reduction strength but a low ambience preservation, and it's removed it and created some silence. And that might be a bit more distracting than having the rustle in there. And setting 3, it had a lower reduction, but it's picking up too much rustle. So let's go to setting 1 and preview that again. So while I'm talking, there's some rustle, and let's see. So while I'm talking, back to the original, some rustle, and let's see. So while I'm talking, there's some rustle. Very good improvement. So that's how to use the DeRustle module to remove these rustle effects that you might get in your audio when recording, and you come back and you listen and you have an undesirable result, and you want to use a module like this to remove and clean up your audio so there's some more clarity to it. Catch you in the next video.